got this vintage post light, came off the restoration house. The tag, from what I could read on it, this fixture was made in 1961. It's made out of copper. It's been painted several times, and it needs a whole lot of work, and we're going to restore it coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop, and yep, got this old light fixture here. Came off the post light on the restoration house, if you've seen any of those videos. And yeah, I could go to the store and just buy another fixture and put on the post, but this one is actually pretty neat. It's got a little eagle on top here. Needs a lot of glass. The socket's burned out in it, and it needs to be replaced. The top here is loose. Yeah, it's even got paint falling off of it. The screen that was in the top of this for the vent is gone, so wasps have been building nests up in there. The top's loose. Yeah, it needs a lot of work, but the fixture is made out of copper. And what I'm going to do is strip this down, get rid of all the paint. I may end up having to bead blast it or sandblast it, which I'll do outside. However, it's snowing today, so I won't be going outside and sandblasting in the snow. That and it's cold. It's only about 20 degrees right now. But I'm going to get this taken apart and see what all kinds of pieces I need. I'm going to cut new glass for it. And to do that, I could go buy new glass, or I could take the glass out of one of the windows we took out of the restoration house. And that's probably what I'm going to do. So we'll be cutting new glass for this and getting it stripped down and cleaned up, and a new socket in it, and all bolted back together, and I'll take you through the steps. So we got this post light out here that I'm going to do some work on. The top didn't work, and I think I found out why after I took the top off. However, a conglomeration of just something really wild. So we got a 2-pull cord cap, a 2-pull cord body. We got some stuff just taped together here. Ground isn't connected. It's just kind of wrapped up there. It does have 12-2 with ground UF cable going inside, but this here certainly isn't going to fly. Well, obviously one of the first things I'm going to have to do is disassemble it. A couple little thumb screws up here on the top, or I should say nuts. And I got to make sure I don't lose these things. If you ever buy electrical tape and it comes in these little plastic dishes, are kind of handy to put parts in. That should take the top off. Oh, we got paint chips everywhere. And broken glass and etc. And we have a nut here that is holding the top on that I'll bet you is just froze up. I don't want to put too much pressure on anything here because this is copper and it bends very easily. And oh, we got lots of paint. The glass is held in to this by little clips that you just bend out. Take a piece out of here, so show you what I'm talking about. And the glass comes out just like that, and that'll be my pattern for the new glass. Okay, the next task is going to be trying to get that nut loose right there. Amazing. Don't even need a tool other than a socket. I'm not even using a ratchet on it. Really surprised this was coming loose. And as you can see here, the wasps have been busy in there. Of course it's January, so there's nobody home in here. Now I need to get all that cleaned out. Be a matter of cleaning this up. Next thing will be here is the base unit. I'll take the rest of the glass out of this. It's got paint chips flying everywhere here. It's my one unbroken pane. That'll be my pattern for the new glass. It removes the rest of the broken stuff. Got a little bit of bending going on here on the copper, but we can straighten that out pretty easy. No, I don't know about this one though. This one's pretty corroded up. I don't know that I'm going to get that one loose that easy. Socket's broke. May end up having to drill that out. Yeah, this is just nothing but a corroded mess down in here. As you can see, I'm making a fine mess on the table here from all these paint chips and dirt and everything coming out of this. Yep, that's going to have to get drilled out of there. That's there's just nothing left of the nut. So that'll be my next step, drilling that out. Well, there goes the socket. there we go. Now it's just a matter of cleaning all the parts up. Straightening out some of the metal here. I don't think that'll be too bad. Everything appears to be in good shape otherwise. Like I said, it's all copper. Oh, have to clean up a mess here and try to clean some parts up. I'll get everything apart here. Took a little bit of this to the wire brush just to see how it would look. And as you can see, this is copper and it's going to shine up nice. I think because of all the intricate little places on here, I did a little bit on this too, just to see how it would look. And it's going to look great, but I am definitely going to blast it. I'm not going to try to wire brush everything, especially when you get into all these little crevices here, and I don't want to break off the little tabs that hold the glass. I also went after the eagle a little bit. I'll probably try to blast this too. I don't think I'm going to use sand. I think I'm going to use finely ground walnuts, little hand blaster. But I obviously I don't want to do it in here, because if you've ever done any sandblasting or media blasting, it makes a big mess. You have stuff everywhere. I'll do that outside, but I'm not going to do it in a snowstorm either. So that's going to have to wait a day or two. But I've got everything disassembled. I've got all the parts I need. You can pick up, if you're going to do this, you can go to your local home store or whatever, and you can, this is a porcelain socket. Harbor Breeze happens to be the brand name, and it's got the little bracket on the bottom. I only needed one nipple, but the only thing I could find was this whole package of them. And then for nuts, you got to buy this assortment pack too. If I would have looked around and went to another hardware store, I probably could have found the individual parts I needed. But I've got about $6 involved here. And of course the glass I'll be cutting here in a little bit. My replacement panes, I don't think I'm going to try to clean those up. I'm just going to cut all new ones. There's a lot of paint on those. As I was wire brushing through this, it's been a lot of colors. It's been, of course, the original copper. It's been red. It's been brown. It's been black. It's been green. And it's been white. And white was the latest color on it. We're going to get all those off, take it back to the natural copper, and I may clear coat it with epoxy. Have to talk to the granddaughter, see if she wants it clear coated and nice shiny copper, or if she wants it to develop that natural copper green color patina. It's going to be her house, so I'll let her make the decision. Yeah, I guess now I get some things cleaned up and maybe cut some glass. Okay, when I last left this project, I was getting ready to sandblast this, but couldn't do it because it was snowing. Well, fast forward many months, it's now the middle of July, don't have snow, do have rain today, and we have lots of flies in here and flies all over. So you ever put a project on the back burner and then it kind of just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back? Well, this was one of them. Rainy day, saw this sitting out, I need to finish this. And as they say, time's fun when you're having flies. There's plenty of them flying around in here. Anyway, before we hadn't really decided if we were going to clear coat this, it is copper, or if we were going to let it age to a natural patina. Of course, after consulting with the women who make the decisions, we're going to let this age and weather to a natural patina, which will be somewhat of a green color. And after getting off layers of paint, black, red, green, several layers of white, it was quite a challenge getting this thing cleaned up. And now it's time to reassemble. So got a new socket here. Already got it mounted in the sub base. And I'll get in here and give a little bit of a view of what we're doing with it. Okay, we're going to start with the base portion here and the socket. And this just basically fits down through this hole. The bottom here. Now the inside didn't clean up real well, but once the glass is in there and everything, you won't really see that. So now I need to put a nut on the bottom, and I'm using new hardware rather than the old stuff. These are 1/8" pipe nuts, and if you're keeping track, I use the 9/16 wrench because you got to get up in there to tighten it up. Okay, got that all snugged up, so that's what that part looks like. Now, I'm not going to put the glass in quite yet. Now I'll assemble the top. Something I noticed, this goes on top of here. It's got holes in it to vent out heat. Back when we used incandescent lights, I'm going to be putting an LED in here. But when I took this apart, this was full of wasp nests. So what I did was I cut a piece of screen here, and I'm just going to roll this in a little circle, drop this in there. So just the tension of that in there will keep the wasps from coming in. So this goes on here, and it's a little beat up, but this is vintage, and we're going for that vintage look. So this goes on top of here, but if you start cranking down on this real hard, you're going to smash something. So what I'm going to do is we'll put this up through the bottom and add a second nut to it. I'll get this kind of centered over everything. We'll just snug that up, but I'm not going to crank down on it real hard or I'll pull on the copper on the other side. Copper is pretty soft. So then this will go on top, and the brass eagle will go on top of that. To keep that from smashing down, I'm going to add another nut below it. There we go. It looks something like that. A little eagle sideways there. Now all that's left to do is put the glass back in, and here again, I couldn't get all the paint out, but you're not going to see this. It's on the inside. So the first thing I need to do is go clean some glass. I've got all the pieces cut, as you saw in the earlier part, but they're dirty. Got to clean them. And you don't need to watch me wash glass. Actually, I should have left the camera on while I was cleaning the glass because you would have been entertained. A little shop tip: when you're cleaning these pieces of glass, if you drop one, it will break. Well, I had to go outside for a minute and get delivery, and it's raining. So I got a few little drops on me. It won't melt, but it will wash off some of that sugar coating, so I got to be careful. Anyway, getting back to this, so this side's real clear because I need to make another piece of glass for it. So what I need to do is get me a good piece of glass. Note I said glass, the GL on the front of it. And cut another piece, and this thing's ready to go. This lamp in here, light bulb, as most people call it, lamp if you're an electrician, is LED, and it's be decorative, and this will be on a photocell on that post light at the renovation house, and I will show you how all that goes together and how it gets wired when I go to put this back on. Looks like I need to close up some doors because now it's really coming down. Something you may notice when I was assembling this post light, if you watched and paid attention to the first part of the video, is this piece right here. Yes, I haven't put the other glass in yet. This piece right here, I inverted. Originally this was turned around like a cup, and the problem was it was full of bugs, and there's no way for the bugs to get out. So my idea was to invert it and turn it around this way. But the more I look at it, I don't really like the way that looks, so I am going to flip it back the other way. The only thing here that's going to be different assembly-wise is I'll be using a much shorter nipple because I don't have to go through this whole length. But I will be inverting this. I guess it's going to be a maintenance thing because this is going to need to be cleaned out every once in a while. Even though this is totally enclosed with glass, bugs can still get in there. We have mayflies down there where the renovation house is as close to the Mississippi River, and because of that, those little critters, and we don't have a few of them and not just hundreds of them or thousands of them, they have millions of them. They will get into pretty much everything, regardless of how small the space is, and they are attracted to light, especially at night, so I know that that's going to be a little bit of an issue. I'm going to cheat here and sit in the wrench. I'm just going to grab a pair of pliers. So now it looks like this, and yeah, it does look a little better with that socket being hidden down farther in that cup, but as I mentioned, I know that little cup down there is going to fill with bugs and stuff, and they need to be cleaned out from time to time. But I guess it's just another little maintenance thing. Usually in the past, I suppose you would have done that when you changed the lamp, but this being LED, it should last a lot longer than a normal incandescent lamp would. At least that's what they say. So all I need now is another piece of glass. This will be ready to put back up. So this is how you restore a vintage post light. It needed a whole lot of work. It had, as you saw, it had all kinds of layers of paint on it, and the glass was broken out. And of course, then I break one after I made some. But I'll make some more. Not that hard. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel, of course. Always looking for subscribers. I'm Roger in the shop, the post light. Ready to go get this put back on the renovation house. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.